Hey guys, I got a new video for you today, and we're going to be taking a look at a new lineup of the Ozark Trail knives from Walmart. If you guys don't know, Ozark Trail is Walmart's kind of outdoor brand, and for the past couple of years, they've been coming out with some really awesome knives, especially because they were all around the $5 to $7 mark, and you were getting some really awesome knives. Now, just wanted to put this out there. This video might be a little bit longer than usual because I want to go through all of these knives, but I'll try and be as quick as possible. It's not going to be an in-depth review on all of them. It'll just be more of my experience and my opinion with it, but just, be warned that it might be a little longer than you might expect it to be. So at the bottom here, I have the two knives that kind of set off the craze of these knives. First one is this one here. This is the one they released, I want to say maybe 2 or 3 years ago. It's the one that a lot of people were saying was going to kill the bug out from Benchmade. They were calling it the budget bug out, and that's based on just the look and the feel. It has that kind of very similar crossbar lock, and this was $5. So great knife for $5. Sold out everywhere. They would bring it back in stock and it sold out again. So that's the one that kind of got it started. And then they brought this one out, very similar version, just in white with the black blade, again with the crossbar lock. A little bit different handle look, but also I can't remember if it was $5 or $7. So I heard rumblings that they were coming to come out with some more knives. I just wasn't expecting for them to come out with so many different models, and I love that they made them all unique to themselves. Now, this is 5 out of the 9 to 10 models that I saw at my local Walmart that they released. Now, the reason that I picked these is because I like the variation of the colors and the blade shapes and stuff like that, but also because all of these knives were tip-up carry. I prefer tip-up carry knives, so just so you know, from the ones that you see here, these are all the ones that were tip-up. All of the other ones were tip-down carry. Again, nothing against tip-down, I just don't prefer that as a carry method. So if I'm going to carry these knives, I'd rather have it the way that I like to carry them. So let me go ahead and go through all of them. Just so you guys can see. That way, if you have a particular one that you like, you know what you're going to be getting into. So we'll start with this one here. I like the packaging. The handle is actually exposed, so you can actually feel the handle. So you know what you're getting into. So I also like the fact that they gave all these new knives names. So that was really cool. So this is the Cumulus 7.5-inch folding knife. It says it has ball bearing opening and an aluminum handle. As you guys can see right there, this is aluminum. Pocket clip, tip up carry, and it looks like it is a frame lock. Now it does say that it has a reversible clip, so yes, you can reverse it left or right. So let me see if I can get this guy out of here without having to use one of the other knives. Okay, that's. Yep, there we go. All right, I'll set that off to the side. So this one does have the black blade. So again, the picture on here is going to be very reminiscent of this. It is a nice pointy blade, which is really nice. Not sure what the steel is on these. I don't know if it says it back here. No, it's Walmart's mystery steel on their knives. Again, not the best steel, but for what you're paying for these are all $7.50. You're getting a pretty good knife, especially if you are new into knives. Maybe you're getting into knives and stuff like that, then this would be a good option. Or if you want to get a bunch of Christmas presents for a bunch of people, then you do have a lot of different options. I do like the orange kind of accent that they did right there. Again, it is a frame lock and it is a flipper as well. Okay, a little stiff. No blade play, which is nice, but it is a little bit stiff. So obviously with a lot of these knives is 50-50 what you're going to get with them. That's something that I found. I've actually purchased a couple of these and they were not all the same. So this is really nice start. So that is the Cumulus. Next one here is going to be the Thunderhead. Again, 7.5-inch ball bearing opening. It says polypropylene handle. All right, so a plastic handle. And then you do have your pocket clip there. It is reversible, so that's good to see. All right, let's go ahead and see if I can do the same thing. Get this guy out the same way. Make it a lot easier for everybody. Yep, there we go. All right. So here is the Thunderhead. Really sharp tip right there, which is perfect for piercing. This is going to be a liner lock, and it's these blue liners, so that looks really cool. I like the pop of color in that as well. You have a little jimping on the liner there. So let me go ahead and close that. It is a pocket clip as well, and the liner goes all the way around, flow through opening right there. All right, nice. Better flipping on this one. I can't tell you that. The flipping action was a lot better. Not as, it was a lot smoother. Not as kind of gritty with that one. Feels really nice in the hand. So again, great option. You know, for a beater knife at $7.50, you really cannot beat that one. All right, so put that there. The next one here is going to be the Vertex, and this one attracted my attention. I just this colorway on this looked really awesome. Again, 7.5 inch. Ball bearing opening, aluminum handle. So going back to the aluminum handles there, you have your pocket clip there. It is reversible. All right, so left or right hand carry. Let's go ahead and get this guy out. And I think the fact that they added that kind of blue in the liner and then around the pivot screw sets it off really nice. And then it actually extends all the way out here, which also becomes your lanyard hole. So that is really nice. Again, Ozark Trail on the blade right there. Very utilitarian blade. This is a good blade for, you know, pretty much any EDC task. This is a frame lock, or I'm sorry, a liner lock as well. The liner lock does extend a little bit, so it makes it easier to get to if you know, to go ahead and close it. And then you have your flipper right there. All right, so that's good. This one was a little weak on the flipper, I can tell you. But, you know, it's not as snappy as the Thunderhead there, but it still flips out really nice. And then to close it, obviously it says ball bearings, but, you know, once you start using them and wearing them in, you know, it'll get a lot better. So I really like this this Vertex in this kind of plum color with the like the blue, the neon blue there. Looks really awesome. So set that up there. The next one here is going to be the Ridgeline. Again, 7.5 inch. This is ball bearings, and then this has a G10 handle. Now, I was kind of iffy on this one because the handle is such a light color that, you know, they tend to get dirty a lot faster. But also, when I put it in my pocket in my jeans, they tend to pick up like the blue from the jeans and stuff like that. But you know what? That adds character, and you know, it's a beater knife. It's $7, so you know you really cannot beat it at that. So here's your pocket clip. It is reversible, left to right. I do like the red that they did on this one. So they did the red pivot screw, and then the actual screws right here to match the liner as well. So that looks really awesome, and even the ones that are right in there for the pocket clip. And the pocket clip is black on this one, so really nice. They made it to match the color of the blade. All right, here we go. Set that up there. And this is obviously a Tonto blade, so it looks really nice. Very light. I can tell you all these knives have been very light, very easy to carry in your pocket. EDC, this does have some jimping and then some file work right up here, so it feels nice and beefy. This is a little bit wider. Again, it is a liner lock, so let's go ahead and disengage that. All right, nice and centered. So here it is. I like that the liners, again, extend to the back here, and it creates your lanyard hole right there. Oh, yeah, definitely feels really nice. This one right now, it's probably my favorite one out of all of the ones that I've opened, just in the way that it feels, the way that it looks. I love that Tonto blade, and you know, the way that it opened up also, so feels really nice. Nice, aggressive flop when you open it up, so that was really nice. So this is the Ridgeline. We'll put that one there. And then last but not least, this is not my typical knife. I typically don't go for these like beefy, overbuilt knives, but just something about this, the black on black looked really cool. Again, for $7.50, a large size knife like this is really awesome. So this is the Trailman. This one is 8.5 inches. So as you see, all the other ones are 7.5 inch. This one's going to be an inch longer. Again, ball bearing opening, and then it says rubberized handle. So I can tell you that there is a slight rubberized feel to the handle. You do have your black clip right here. It is reversible. So let's go ahead and get this guy out. All right. Yes. All right, there we go. I'll set this one off down here. And here it is. Wow, this feels really nice in the hand. Super chunky, which is nice. But obviously, if you're going to want to put this guy through its paces, you are going to be able to do that. Very utilitarian blade right here. You do have a nice deep finger choil right there, so if you want to choke up on it. Some jimping on the back right here. It's a little rounded off, but you know, it's fine. But again, fits really nice in my hand. You do have The frame, the liner lock does become the lanyard hole in the back right here. Again, your liner lock right there with some jimping on it. Go ahead and disengage. Blade closes very nicely. All right, and then to deploy it, you do have the flipper right there. You can go ahead and deploy that. Very nice. Deploys very, very well. And I can tell you that out of all of these, this is the one that closes the smoothest. You guys saw that. So this is definitely going to be a knife that I'm going to keep around, like on my desk. Perfect knife to like open up packages. But if you want to throw this guy in a tackle box, or in, I don't know if it's going to, how well it's going to do in a tackle box as far as like with the corrosion and whatnot. But, you know, again, for $7.50, I would pick up a couple of these and have one like in the garage, have one in the glove compartment, or just have it in that, you know, spare drawer that you have in your kitchen and use it to open up boxes and stuff like that. Obviously, I'm not sure how well the blade steel is going to hold up to that, or the edge is going to hold up to that, but you know, it feels really, really nice in the hand. Very, very chunky, nice rubberized blade, no blade play whatsoever. Super smooth closing, centered, perfectly centered as well. So great, great option. So I would probably say that out of all of these, I do like the Ridgeline, probably number one. Definitely the Trailman is going to be number two. I like the Thunderhead, that'll probably be three. And just on looks, I like the Vertex better, and then the Cumulus. But these two are going to be kind of in the same running for me. So definitely recommend you guys check these out. Again, they are at my local Walmart, so if you don't see them, they should be coming. They had, as I mentioned, a couple other options, different colors and things like that, different blade shapes and blade steels, or not steel, sorry, blade shapes, colors, and handle materials and stuff like that. But all the other ones had the pocket clip and the tip down, which I don't prefer. If you guys don't know what that means, basically the pocket clip was over here. So when you close the blade is tipped down, as opposed to all of these, the blade is tip up. So it makes it, you know, more easier, in my opinion. When you pull it out, your thumb is already there to go ahead and deploy the blade. One last thing I did want to point out is on the Thunderhead here, you do have the flipper, but then you also have some thumb studs. So if you wanted to use the thumb studs, you can go ahead and use those as well. Now, all of these knives are going to be perfect for, as I mentioned, just beater knives, knives to have laying around to open up mail, open up boxes. If you don't want to use your nice expensive knives to get them all gummed up with tape and stuff like that, these are perfect for that. I will probably be picking up a couple more of these just to have them for Christmas presents, maybe for birthday presents and stuff like that. I feel like, you know, if you're not into knives and stuff like that, and, you know, you were to get one of these, you really could not go wrong. And again, you as the person giving it to them for $7.50, you definitely cannot go wrong. So I know that during the holidays, Walmart always brings up like all different types of knives and tools and sets and stuff like that. So this is early October. So if this is what they're coming out in early October, I can only hope for closer to the holidays, maybe they'll come out with some really, really awesome stuff. So let's keep our fingers crossed for that. So again, if you're interested in seeing the videos on these two, the original, the OG ones that everybody went crazy for, I will leave those links at the end of this video. Go ahead and check them out. I also have a playlist with all the knives, all the videos that relate to knives and tools and stuff like that I've done. I'll leave that link at the end of this video as well in case you guys are interested in seeing that. So there it is, just a look at the new lineup of some of the knives that came out from Ozark Trail and Walmart. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Thanks.